Saturday, October 25th, 2025, AGNDD intelliReport topic, Active Accord. Please pardon any visual and informational inaccuracies in this entirely AI-generated article-based video. The Wars of the Roses ignited in 1450s England as Richard of York challenged weak King Henry VI, sparking noble feuds and rival throne claims. In the 1450s, English politics fractured as Richard, Duke of York, challenged King Henry VI's weak rule, influenced by favorites like Somerset. Henry's 1453 breakdown led to York's protectorate, imprisoning Somerset amid rising noble feuds, for example Percy's versus Neville's. Yorkists opposed Lancastrians. Henry recovered in 1455, but Yorkists ambushed royals at St. Albans, killing key foes and recapturing power briefly. 4 years of uneasy peace ended in 1459. Yorkists defeated at Ludford Bridge exiled. In 1460 they returned, won at Northampton, and seized Henry again. The House of Lancaster traced its claim through John of Gaunt, Edward III's third son, via male line. York's claim stemmed from Edmund of Langley, fourth son, and stronger through Lionel of Antwerp, second son, via female descent, plus arguing Henry Bolingbroke's 1399 usurpation of Richard II. York's right was legally recognized but weakened by Henry's son, Edward. In 1460, York claimed the throne legitimately, though tactically risky. Neville's awareness of York's plans is unclear. Warwick met him in exile, possibly urging action. York's return lacked public support, leading Warwick and others to distance themselves, risking perjury after recent oaths to Henry. In September 1460, Richard of York returned from Ireland, openly signaling royal ambitions by omitting regnal years and displaying England's arms. Entering London like a king, he claimed the throne at Parliament on October 7th, shocking nobles with armed men and reaching for the seat. Expecting support, he faced silence and opposition, even from allies like the Nevilles. Isolated King Henry VI avoided him and deferred judgment to lords. York planned coronation, but after blunt talks with Thomas Neville, abandoned it for a compromise. On October 18th, lords asked royal justices to review York's claim. The justices refused, deeming the king's divine regality beyond their jurisdiction. The matter passed to sergeants-at-arms, who also declined, citing it exceeded judicial bounds. Returned to the lords, they questioned York. Why bear Langley arms if claiming Clarence descent? York replied his reasons were widely known. Not using Clarence arms didn't void his right, stating, "Though right for a time rest and be put to silence, yet it rotteth not, nor shall it perish." In October 1460, Richard of York pressed his dynastic claim in Parliament after failing popular support. The Act of Accord upheld York's right, keeping Henry VI as king for life, but designating York and his heirs as successors, disinheriting Prince Edward, mirroring the 1420 Treaty of Troyes. This compromise reflected nobles' reluctance to depose an anointed king and suspicions of flawed claims on both sides. York became protector with funds and legal power, branding opponents traitors amid rumors of Edward's illegitimacy and lingering loyalty to Henry. Following the Act of Accord in 1460, York's supporters regained estates and titles, with attainders like Salisbury's overturned. On October 31st, King Henry VI, York and others swore oaths to uphold peace, making attacks on York treasonous. However, the act failed to avert civil war, transforming the conflict into a dynastic struggle by disinheriting Prince Edward. This enraged Queen Margaret, who rejected it and prepared for war to restore her son's rights. Absent Lancastrian nobles were unbound, potentially bolstering her support. In 1460, amid Scottish threats and Lancastrian unrest, Yorkist lords marched north to Sandal Castle. At the Battle of Wakefield, they suffered a crushing defeat. York, his son Rutland, and Salisbury were killed. Edward, now Duke of York, won at Mortimer's Cross, and with Warwick proclaimed himself King Edward IV in March 1461, voiding the Act of Accord due to Lancastrian breaches. After a decisive victory at Towton, Edward was crowned in June, blaming Henry VI's side for the Civil War and Yorkist propaganda. Thus, York's bold claim ignited full civil war, pitting Yorkists against Lancastrians in a bloody struggle for England's crown.
Thank you for watching this AGNDD intelliReport, dear viewers. Please like, subscribe, and click the bell button to get notified during new uploads. And make sure to tune in next time. Stay safe and healthy. Cheers.